I want to say Dan Campbell for taking over play calling and understanding what was at stake for this team was a great decision. And I have full faith in Dan Campbell. He did it with Anthony Lynn. He did it with John Morton. The Lions offense under Dan Campbell, not a punt. We didn't punt a single time. 44-22, multiple touchdown drives. Jared Goff looking like MVP Jared Goff. Jahmyr Gibbs looking like Offensive Player of the Year. Jameson Williams, 119 receptions. Folks, I told you, everyone kept saying, we got to trade Jameson Williams. He's not doing anything. And I kept saying, it's not his fault. It's the play calling. It's the play calling. It's the play calling. All you had to do was look at it. And if you see Johnny Moe's play calling, it was cheeks. It was terrible. It was terrible. You just seen Dan Campbell's offense. What do we have? 1 or 2 penalties. Looks like the offense of old. Completely mixed up, running on different downs, passing on different downs, play action, lots of play action. We only had 2 screens in the game. Extremely effective offense all around. Johnny Moe, you go. You know, I made a video and I got ratioed for him at calling for Johnny Moe to lose play calling. A lot of people were mad saying it's just the offensive line. It's just the offensive line. I said, no, it too can be correct. It is the offensive line and Johnny Moe. Johnny Moe loses play calling. The Lions offense doesn't punt. This is what we're used to seeing. When you have all the talented players of Jahmyr Gibbs, St. Brown, David Montgomery, all of this, there's no excuses. Dan Campbell said, no more excuses. He goes, no more excuses. I'm pulling play calling from Johnny Moe, and that's it. Who is your MVP of the game? Mine is Dan Campbell. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Why do I say Dan Campbell is the MVP of this game? He took over play calling. He knew there was a problem. He listened to his players. Okay? He listened to his gut. He listened to Johnny Moe being terrible at a press conference. Made a change. The mistake was hiring him as OC. But Dan Campbell made the right decision by removing play calling. Now, people keep asking me, are they going to fire him? I don't know. You know, they didn't fire Anthony Lynn. He just left at the end of the season. His play calling was removed. So I don't know about all that. But the Lions have, if they want to keep Dan Campbell's play caller, I'm perfectly fine with that. He's great at it. If they want to go to, you know, if Mark Brunell or Shaw or whoever they want, they could do that as well. But the Lions are back. The offense is back. This is what we expect. Jared Goff, 320 yards passing, 25 for 33, 3 touchdowns. Do you think that's a coincidence? Now, look, the Commanders are a bad team. That's a fact. But this was on the road, and we absolutely dominated efficiently. The offense looked amazing. Everything was seamless. Plays were seamless. The confidence there was Jared. Everybody. It was just so different. Backup, the linemen came in. They did a great job. One person can change the trajectory of this team. And Johnny Moe, he hurt this team, but Dan Campbell took over. So shout out to Dan Campbell. Seriously. That is what I like to see. You know, I called for him to be removed as play caller, Johnny Moe, because it's the right decision to do. If you watched the plays, you'd see how bad it was. It was atrocious. It was cheeks. I knew what he was going to do. When Dan Campbell did the play calling today, I didn't know what the play was going to be, man. Like, I had no idea. And it was aggressive. It was fun. It's Lions football. That's what we saw. Lions, a lot of play action to Jameson Williams. Play action. Play action. Thank you. You know, scrap the screens, get to play action, run the football, power offensive line. That's what we do. Pass the ball downfield. It's what we do. We got Jameson Williams the ball. Quick slant, J-Mo, boom. What, like 30-yard gain? That's what we were talking about. That's what we were talking about, this offense. Being elite. You can be elite when you have the players. And this is elite. J-Mo, love what he did today. Killed it. Jack Campbell on fire, as you could see. Jared Goff, amazing. Defense, they did a really good job. I thought they contained Marcus Mariota. Yeah, they got, 3 4th downs or something like that. But, I mean, especially at the end of the game, it was done with. It was all about just clock management and killing the clock. Shep is still, in my opinion, is the best DC over Aaron Glenn. I do think we got an upgrade there, and so happy with Dan Campbell taking over play calling, and now the offense looks efficient. That's the important part. That is the important part, is efficient offense, and then getting better each week. The offense, now we're going to Philadelphia next week, and I trust that this offense can put up points. I see the play calling. This is what I've been waiting for. This is what I have been waiting for. I trust that we can move the ball on Philadelphia. No injuries to the Lions. Yeah, a couple players got dinged up, but they came back in. So the Lions' offensive line will be nice and healthy versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Who do you guys got winning that game, Lions or Eagles? L for Lions, E for Eagles. So I think the Lions can go on the road and beat them now. With Johnny Moe out, I said no. With Dan Campbell's play calling, I say yes. Absolutely. This team can score on anybody when you have innovation on offense, when you can run the football, when you use your playmakers, get them all you got to do is give Jamo the ball, give St. Brown the ball, give Jameer the ball. That's all you got to do, and they'll do the work for you. Lions did a great job, killed it. Coincidentally, in the weirdest of things, the Seattle Seahawks won the game 44-22 as well. Weird. And the Rams won 42-26. This is a weird second half of games. But in the comments right now, do you believe that Johnny Moe should be fired? I don't know about fired. I'm just happy he's not. Look, if they let him go, I would be perfectly fine with it. Then I'll have to ever worry about the Johnny Moe situation again. It's one of those deals where you just let it go. So I'm just happy. Look, we're on the right path now. We are on the right path. Now we are. That looked like the offense of last year. That looked like the offense we're used to custom seeing. It's Dan Campbell's offense, guys. This is Dan Campbell's offense. We talked about Ben Johnson. No, it's Dan Campbell's offense. This is exactly what we saw the last couple years, what we saw today. That is Dan Campbell's offense. Happy he took over play calling. So important to, as a coach, to know, if you see something that's wrong, is correct it. And it really takes a lot of guts for a head coach like Dan Campbell to do that. It took a lot of balls, and he's the guy that with the wheelbarrow. And the players responded. The players were tired of Johnny Moe and his crap play calling. Let's keep it a buck. They were tired of it. They were frustrated of it. They were irritated of it. I could tell you that's a fact. A fact. And you can see how happy they were now. You see it on the sideline. The greatness that they did. They're happy. We get the fun back in Detroit. The fun back in Detroit. It's a great thing to see, folks. It's great to see. What do we got to look forward to? Positive news. Positive videos. Dan Campbell, positivity and innovation on offense. And they just kept going on offense. They just kept going, and I loved it. I loved it. If you're trying to win a Super Bowl, you got to go all out. The Lions, they don't play. They go all out. And so happy to see this team go from what it was, plain Jane milk, vanilla trash offense, screen, to innovation. To innovation. More play calls. Put it in there. Get players in motion, right? Get some mismatches in there. We had Isaac Tesla. He catched pass. Yay. And it was not at the end of the game. Yay. Start to get them out there. These are the things that we've been calling for as Lions fans. It's what we've been calling for as Lions fans. And it's appropriate. Changes does make happen. Thought process. You think the Lions beat Philly next week? Y for yes and for no. Lions getting healthier, 2. Now, Reed won't be back for the Philadelphia game, but I feel our secondary can do fine. Amik Robertson, Terrion Arnold, Rock Ya-Sin, Kirby Josephs, maybe he'll be back. Brian Branch is obviously going to be there. We'll see if Kerb's back. The defensive line is starting to get a little bit better. Joshua Pascal, Malcolm Rodriguez. And we got this is the game of the year. We got 3 gigantic games left. The first of the 3 is Philadelphia this Sunday. We got to face the Rams and the Packers. Those are the big 3 left. And we got to face Philadelphia and Philadelphia. And we got to pull out, if the Lions could pull out that win, that could determine the number 1 seed throughout the playoffs. Next week legitimately could determine that. And so that's why it's a massive game. Massive game for both the Lions and a massive game for the Eagles. And you know they're going to go balls to the wall. They made trades. They're going to go hard. And we get to sit back and watch the Eagles play tomorrow night. And that's going to be great. Watch them play tomorrow night. Sit back, see the opponent, Jared Goff, looking awesome over there, celebrating with the millions of Lions fans while I'm talking to you. Amazing. Amazing. I love this team when we're on what the Lions do. I love this team when we're playing Lions football. Aggressive offense, punch you in the mouth, holds no bar, no vanilla, Dan Campbell offense. Love it. Love it. Dan Campbell, thank you for making that change. Lions fans are happy today, including myself.